Hi, everyone, and welcome to Leaf Rants. The Toronto Maple Leafs beat the Ottawa Senators 4-2 in regulation, and we're going to the second round. Where we get to take on the Florida Panthers, and we're all super duper happy about, right? Right? Yes. Yes. Yes! Oh, the Toronto Maple Leafs have had an up and down series against the Ottawa Senators, but they close it out. They went up 3-0 in the series. Were looking like they were going to sweep, and then they lose game 4 in overtime, 3-2. They played an amazing overtime too. Almost swept, a post away. They hit a post. One shot away from sweeping them. Sens go the other way. They score 3-2. You're up 3-1 in the series. You know what you're going to do? You're going to come into game 5. You're going to use that killer instinct, and nope. The Leafs crap the bed and lose 4-0. Okay. If you saw my other video, if you saw anyone's video, if you just watched the game, you probably had the exact same opinion. I was scared. I'll be honest. And I doubted this team. And it's not because I genuinely don't think they're good enough. It's because, like I said, year after year, they find a way to disappoint us. But not this year. Because this year, the Toronto Maple Leafs, they won their division. And they got rewarded for winning the division by playing the Ottawa Senators. That's why they played the Ottawa Senators, because the Leafs were so good. Could you imagine if we had to battle this first round out against Florida or Tampa? Yeah, no thanks. That would have sucked. I'm glad they got to battle it out. Didn't think their series would be done in 5, but I'm glad they got to battle it out. And now we know we get to go play Florida. Not sure when that will start, but we'll talk a little bit about going to play Florida after. Why don't we just break down this game? In the first period, the Leafs honestly started this game with great hustle, just great intensity, just looking like they wanted to win this game. And that's how you love to see them start. They took a penalty early on, I think it was Tavares, and they allowed nothing. For Ottawa, got nothing done on that power play. I think they had one shot. Great penalty kill that led to a Pacioretty chance that hits the post. How do you not put that in? And every Leafs fan is screaming, why have him in over Robertson? What are we doing here? And we'll get to Max Pacioretty later, who wears number 67, by the way. Remember that. Then Nylander with a backwards pass into the slot. But it's a turnover. What a brutal pass from him. Brutal. Then the Leafs get a power play. They do. And Nylander gets it to Matthews, who gets it over to Marner, who gets it back to Matthews, who absolutely snipes the thing. No, I'm absolutely kidding. Matthew Nyes just putting up great work, doing what he does, getting his fat, juicy ass in front of the net. That's a direct quote from him. I think Matthews was looking for a tip or a rebound or maybe another stick, something. But Nyes, what a screen. Perfect timing to raise that leg. Ullmark doesn't even see it until it's too late, and the Leafs take a 1-0 lead. And Austin Matthews, our captain, my captain, Poppy. Let's go. Also, last time the Leafs won a playoff series, Matthews also scored the first goal. Last time they closed out a playoff series, Matthews scored the first goal of that game too. So, obviously we know they won this game too, so let's keep the streak alive. The shots were 7-3 for the Leafs after the first. The Leafs dominated that period, and they came out looking like they wanted to win. Score easily could have been 2-3 nothing after that. Then in the second, less than a minute into the game, William Nylander getting a birthday gift, just sniping the thing right under Ullmark's blocker on top of his pad. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Willie Styles on his birthday not only gets this one, we'll talk about him later, he gets the dub and possibly another goal. Who knows? Then the other way, Chuck, he tips one in and it's 2-1. And the Canadian Tire Center before that goal was just absolutely dead. And then they scored that, and it brought them to life. Like the Canadian Tire Center, when they were down 2-0, it sounded like a Canadian Tire in there. That's what it felt like. And then they score. And they brought the building to alive. And it's 2-1. One thing I noticed, though, about the Sens is that their D were pinching very aggressively, and it would have been nice to see the Leafs take advantage of that. They did a couple times, but nothing really too serious. Then Tavares hits the post off a really good shift from him and Willie. Tavares on that shift. It was around the end of the second, I believe. He was just like he stole the puck on that play that got him that post shot. He stole the puck by just jumping into it. He was putting his whole heart out there. He was bringing the dog out in him, and that's what you love to see. And the Leafs exit the second period up 2-1. Then in the third, Marner and that Matthews line looking to open the scoring in the first minute again. The Leafs they were out there to kill. They were out there to win this game. I think they knew in their heads there was no way they were going to lose this game, and that's the way they needed to be. Riley takes an interference penalty, though, and it's a bad penalty to take. It's a stupid penalty to take, and the Leafs needed to kill that off. And they do, but seconds later, Perron deflects it right off of Stolarz and into the back of the net, and there we go. It's tied up. Hooray. And if that first goal didn't bring the Canadian Tire Center to life, this one for sure did. The barn was buzzing, and you're tied 2-2. And all of a sudden, you're one goal away again. But that doesn't matter, because Max Pacioretty, number 67 for the Toronto Maple Leafs, he's got that dog in him. Man, Pacioretty snipes the thing 3-2. Leafs are up. And that's it. Moments later, Lawton hits the post. Oh, that could have been your insurance marker right there. Right there. But it's not. So the Sens keep it in the Leaf zone. They're pulling the goalie. Nylander shoots it and misses it by about an inch. I probably would have liked to get the empty netter there. And Nylander gets it anyways. On his birthday, William Nylander, 2-goal performance, gets the dub. What more could you ask for? Genuinely, what more could you ask for? The Leafs are going to the second round. Oh, I'm not used to this. This doesn't usually happen. I feel very unprepared. If they were to lose, I'd be like, yeah, these are all the reasons why they lose and why they show that they can never win. Well, they win, and I'm like, well, they never show they can win. But that's what they did tonight. Also, with 20 seconds left in the game, right after that Nylander goal. Not 20 seconds. Probably like 10 seconds left. Stolarz had to make some huge stops at the end there. Those were close. It easily could have been like 4-3 game there. And who knows what could happen. Very unlikely the Sens would score and tie it up. But you never know. And that's the game. That's how it ends. Leafs dominated this game. They go out there. They win it. Better team all around. I don't see how you can deny that. I saw a couple Sens fans talking about how it's not hard to win when you have the refs on your side. The Toronto Maple Leafs, the team that hasn't won since 1967. This is the second playoff series they've won in 20 years. The NHL loves to see them winning. They love to put the refs on their side. Ottawa had more power plays. The Leafs had one. Sorry you don't score on your power plays and we do? What? How are you going to complain when you have the majority of power plays? You had a big power play in the third that you scored seconds after. I don't get how you can be mad at the refs. The refs didn't lose you this game. The Toronto Maple Leafs just beat you, and you have to accept it because we're Ontario's team and we're Canada's team, and we'll prove that. We will prove that this year by bringing the cup home. We're bringing it home. The Leafs were 37-1-1 after 2 periods this year going into this game, and they improved that to 38-1-1. What a stat for them. Berube on what he heard on the bench after Perron tied it. Oh, this is giving me chills. This is my first time reading it. Oh, I feel the passion filling up my veins right now as I say this. What he heard on the bench after Perron tied it. Let's go get it. No, I don't know who said that, but man, inject that quote straight into my veins. Also, Scott Laughton had a huge block at the end of the game there. I didn't even talk about this. Huge block. That's a direct Quote from Berube. That's laying it on the line. That's how you win a series right there. That is how you win it. You got to sacrifice your body there. And, oh, I forgot Brad Marchand is a Florida Panther. I was just getting ready to talk about Florida and our series and a little preview about it. I forgot that Brad Marchand is a Florida Panther. That's a bit of a jump scare. That's not going to be fun at all. Also, one more thing that I thought was super funny that I didn't see many people talking about. William Nylander was almost accidentally scratched for this game. Quotes from the Hockey News. On his 29th birthday, William Nylander was reportedly close to being held out of the Toronto Maple Leafs lineup due to a game sheet issue. So I was like, oh, what do you mean? Ahead of Game 6 against the Ottawa Senators, the Maple Leafs inserted Alex Nylander on the game sheet instead of William Nylander. According to Elliot Friedman, NHL officials caught this before the game began, which allowed William Nylander to play. Could you imagine if Alex Nylander was in this game instead of Willie? On Willie's birthday. That's insane. And that is so funny. This game could have gone completely different. Willie scored 2 goals. This game would have been completely different without Willie. That's insane. I'm glad that Willie got back into the game, but that's scary, and do not ever do that again, Brad. Never again. My thoughts tonight. Urgent start. It was noticeable. They played physical. They played strong. They were hustling. They had great intensity. They were just great. Poppy, amazing tonight. This is what you need from him. All business. Going out there, every shift, getting it done. That's what you need from him. William Nylander got to have his cake and eat it too. Happy birthday, Willie. Love you. Happy 29th. OEL had a great game. Tanev's had a great series. This is what you pay Tanev for. He's been great these playoffs. The fourth line, that Rants, and Yarncroke line, man, they've been reliable and honestly kind of key to this team. The Leafs are amazing defensively. They're juggernauts, absolutely insane. Never doubt Berube that he's had some great quotes, some passionate quotes. And hey, if there's anyone I believe in to get this done, and to help us get this done, it's Craig. 12 more to go, and 1 Tkachuk left. Who knows? Maybe if we beat Florida, another Tkachuk brother will just spawn in, and we'll get to play them too. That'll be fun. Take on all the Tkachuks. Maybe Keith will come back. Keith Tkachuk will lace up for round 3 against the Leafs, and then they'll have to get Keith Tkachuk's dad to get resurrected to come back to play in the Cup final when the Leafs are there and we'll be winning the thing, because this is the year. This team is different. This team is genuinely different. Apart from last game, this team has been completely different this season, and this is how you win hockey. Not whatever they played last game, that's old Leafs. That's their old habits that need to die, and they need to be dead by now. The Leafs close it out tonight. And Leafs Nation, we can all take a big, deep breath in and a deep breath out, because we did it. We closed this series out. That's something that doesn't happen to us very often. So let's feel good. Let's take these couple days just to feel good, feel great. And then it's serious, and it's business. Serious business. 1 more Tkachuk, 12 games left, 4 down. Let's get it, Leafs Nation. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please click like. If you really liked it, clicking subscribe always makes me feel pretty good. Do you have the passion for Ontario's team?